Today I am showing you how to birdie every hole on Classic B, which is holes 13 to 15. Jumping right into it, we got hole 13, a par 3. This par 3 is relatively easier. This isn't a hole 8 or a hole 4, so this hole is pretty easy to master. Now, the first thing to understand is that if you go full power with the 7-iron with backspin, you will land on the green every single time.
Nice shot.
And this is of course no wind, so if you have wind you might need to adjust. But anytime you get hole 13, just know if you go full power with 7-iron, you will land on the green. However, what if you don't want to use backspin, or maybe the hole is at the far side of the green so backspin doesn't make sense? You can still use the 7-iron, just go a little bit under full power. Go somewhere around 3 2/3 dots to 3 3/4 dots. I'm just going to adjust here for the wind, and I'll show you what power to go.
Nice shot.
And with that power, we had such a good approach that we lipped out for the hole in one. But take a mental note of that power. Use the 7-iron to roll onto the green, and you don't have to rely on backspin. One more tip I have for you guys is that the directional wind carries you a little bit more than you think. The tee is higher up than the hole, so your ball is kind of in the air for a long time. So the wind has a lot of time to push you to the left or to the right. It may take some getting used to, but now that you know the power, once you understand the wind, you'll be able to birdie this hole every time and even sink some hole-in-ones. And that's how you birdie hole 13 on Classic B. Moving along to hole 14, there are actually two different ways you can set yourself up for a birdie here. I'm going to show you both of them. Now, take a look at this green here. Anytime the hole is to the left of the bunker, which it is right now, you actually want to go around the trees. You don't want to take the shortcut like this, and I'll show you why in just a second. Now, first of all, I'm clubbing down to a spoon. If you go driver, you will go into the bunker even past. And because I have a little bit of wind, I'm just going to adjust slightly and probably go under full power on the spoon because I do have a little bit of a tailwind right now.
Nice shot.
So that was good power. We are now in a position where we could potentially get an albatross. And this is why you go around the trees when the hole is on the left of the bunker. Because from here, I actually have a very clear shot onto the green. And when I use the driver, I'm not going to get caught in the bunker because I'm shooting beside the bunker. Now, in this particular case, it's going to be difficult to sink the albatross because of the wind. And when you have no wind, the driver full power will be too much. So you're going to have to go driver under full power or spoon slightly under full power. Now, because I have a bit of a tailwind, I'm going to go less power with the spoon.
Nice shot.
So we actually bounced over the bunker there. I didn't quite adjust for the wind the perfect amount, but you get the general idea. I'm now in a position where I can eagle this hole, and I was even in the position to albatross. And because I drove straight onto the green, all I have to do is putt for an eagle. And the second way to birdie and potentially eagle hole 14 comes when the hole is behind the bunker. Now this is where you want to utilize the shortcut and go through the trees, because on your stroke 2 you can chip over the bunker and land on the green. If you were to go around like we just did and you drove onto the green, you would either drive over the bunker and you'd have way too much momentum, you'd roll past the hole off the green, or you'd have to drive to the left of the bunker, and then if you land on the green, you'd be on the other side of the green, making your eagle putt a little more difficult. So in this case, we are going to utilize this little shortcut here, and there's not really a perfect place to aim. As long as you can get yourself on the fairway, that's good enough. It can be difficult. You might actually clip the trees. Now today, I only have 2-mile-an-hour wind, so I might actually clip the trees, but as long as you can get on the fairway, that's good enough.
Nice shot.
So as you can see there and here, I did clip the trees, but as long as I'm on the fairway, that's all good. Now from here, you have to be pretty precise with your chip because you need enough power to go over the bunker, but not so much power that you have too much momentum when you roll past the green. Also, keeping in mind that you are downhill from the hole makes it a little more difficult, but in general, you want to use backspin here, and don't expect to get aggressive backspin. It's more to slow down the forward momentum of your ball, which you'll see here in just a moment. Now I've adjusted a tiny bit for the wind, and I'm gonna go about 3.5 power with backspin with the 5-iron. Obviously that might change depending on where you are on the fairway in terms of distance and what the wind is doing. But just remember, get enough power to clear the bunker, add backspin to slow your ball down. Don't give it too much power because you will roll past the hole, potentially even off the green.
Nice shot.
Now that was a pretty good approach, and if you notice there, I didn't actually get any backspin. My ball didn't reverse and go backwards. However, it was pretty obvious to tell that it did slow down my ball. So if I hadn't used backspin there, I might have gone a little bit farther past the hole. Now obviously that was a very good approach, so I am going to sink the eagle putt. However, if you land in the bunker off of that chip or you shoot it too far, all you have to do is give yourself a nice approach on stroke number 3, and then you're going to be putting for a birdie. So that's how you birdie or eagle hole 14 in 2 different ways. Moving on to the final hole of Classic B, we have hole 15, one that is fairly easy to birdie. So it's nice when you get this hole online because, like I said, it's easy to birdie, but some people do struggle here, and I'm going to show you where they struggle to make sure you avoid those problems and outscore your opponents on this hole. Now firstly, driver or spoon works. I used to always go spoon. Now I like to go driver. It really doesn't matter. It'll be on the fairway either way.
Nice shot.
And just remember, do adjust for the wind when necessary. Try not to land in the bunker on the left, and absolutely do not land in the water on the right. Now stroke 2 is where most people mess up. A lot of people will undershoot and land in the bunker, especially when the hole is on the right side of the green. It's very easy to land in the bunker. So if you find yourself in this situation where you have to clear the bunker, just go a little bit more power than you think, just to ensure that you can clear the bunker and land on the green. And second tip, just remember that the green is slanted a little bit. So if you're going for the chip-in eagle, do adjust for the green as well as the wind. But in this case, I've adjusted a little bit for the wind and the green, and I'm gonna go a little bit under full power with the 9-iron, try to roll up to the hole.
Nice shot.
So there we go. I'm pretty satisfied with that approach, only 3 feet away. I didn't adjust for the wind and the lie of the green enough, but I am close enough to secure the birdie putt. But before I sink this putt, I just want to remind you, do not undershoot your stroke 2. If you land in the bunker, you're going to have to chip onto the green and putt for a par. And that's where most people mess up online. So take your time on this hole, make sure you can secure birdie. And that's how you do secure birdie on hole 15. So there you have it. That's how you get a birdie or an eagle on Classic B, holes 13 to 15. Hopefully you can utilize this in your next online match to win more games and rank up faster. If you enjoyed these tips or you enjoy watching competitive online play, hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.